Hello. As promised, there's another video. I said I was going to do one last week, but I had rather a nasty cold, and I'm not sure that anybody really would have wanted to have listened to me last week. I sounded dreadfully nasal, and I hope it got a bit this week. Well, you tell me how I sound. As promised, I've got the at the exhibition journal. It's still nowhere near finished. This is the life of a PhD student. You can't do anything during the week except work. So this is where we are now with it. I have made a little bit of progress with it. I mean, not so much with doing the finishing the cover or anything like this, which as you can see is still very much in its raw state. I have 3 signatures here, which are very varied, and I've got quite a few stamps in there, some fussy cutting, different types of pages, some tab work there. This will be sewn in eventually, by the way. Doily. This is blotting paper, but I love the colour of it and the sound of it as well. I know that sounds a bit weird coming from a deaf person, but I think you all know what I mean. I just really love the sound of that crinkly paper, and I'm hoping that other people will feel the same way. This is 17th century paper. If you look at the top, you can see the date, 1695. It's from the Journal of the House of Commons. I was lucky enough to get my hand on some of this printed paper that, believe it or not, the people I got it from were just about to throw it away, so I was very happy to get my hands on some of this, particularly since this is from the period that I actually study. So, by the way, there's no problem with using this in journals, because there are printed copies. In fact, the original copies, which are written on parchment by hand, are kept in the House of Commons. In pipe rolls. They're rolled up very tightly, so you know, there's no problem with using these in this journals. So I think most of the rest of this will be familiar to anybody who really does any kind of journaling work. There's another little sort of pocket there which will be sewn in eventually. This, by the way, is a trick I picked up from Gail. He's just basically using these kind of makeup brushes with Distress ink, and obviously I'm using the doily there as a stencil, and just go through and do it. It's a trick that works very well. You can get them in different sizes, so that's something definitely to try if you would like. I'll put that, see if I can find the video and put it in the description box below. There's some wallpaper here with some more stenciling on, some more paper, and some of my napkins. This is from a math exercise book. I actually took great pleasure in destroying that one, because math is really not my forte. This is why I'm a history student and not a math student. So you can see there's quite a lot of variety of papers in there, which I'm slowly sort of working through. Some of this will be stitched up, some of it won't. There's another stamp there. And in time, of course, this will all be filled up with tags and all sorts of, you guys know the deal. Then more wallpaper and stenciling. I was lucky enough to pick up, hang on, I guess I can show you, for £1, believe it or not, at my local supermarket. It has a used bookstore, and it was this amazing Nunes Family Encyclopedia, as you can see it there. Beautiful book, and it's got all of those indentations on the side, and some great sort of photographs and images, probably from the 50s I would think, although there's no date in it, and it's just fantastic. So I'm using all kinds of pages from this. Maybe not that particular one, but with chickenpox. I don't think anybody really wants to see an image of chickenpox, but I will be using pages from it in the journals that I put together, like that one. This particular image here is from Nick Booksmith. So there's lots of nice pages here, another sort of pockets in time when it's sewn together. This is from a big geology book which I will sew up. That will be coloured in time. There's index cards there. Those have been put together with washi tape, just nice simple washi tape, nothing fancy there. We've got simple drawing paper. There's a book, a whole stack of, again this is something I was lucky enough to pick up, a whole stack of journals on sort of English history. They're kind of very tattered. If I can get one out, I'm not sure I can. They're kind of a bit buried at the moment, but they're very tattered, so I don't feel too guilty in pulling them apart. And then we've got some of these, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And if you remember, the theme of this journal is to do with spring in the blues, so it's all about blue flowers, blue spring flowers. Still got that cold, you can tell. And some more pockets, again that will eventually be sewn in. Some more sort of napkins. And that's the second signature done. And then signature 3 is very, very similar in theme. Some more from that geology book. Actually, it's not a geology book, it's a map book. A map book. Some more stamps there. Some music paper. And some more wallpaper there. Had a lot of fun with stenciling on that one. Some more of that really nice crinkly blotting paper. There's some nice letter paper there. There you go, short history of the English people. Don't think it's terribly accurate. Quite old. And another one of those. Blue flowers, blue spring flowers. So eventually this will all be sewn together. And you can see a lot of this is very history focused because they're history students. And there we go. And that's pretty much, that's bent a bit, pretty much the exhibition journal right now as it stands. However, there's more than that. In the course of making this, I realised that I actually had way too many bits of paper to go into it, so I decided to make a second one. So this is the beginning of the second one. There's 2 more signatures. It's going to be an altogether slimmer journal, and as you can see the signatures are very, very similar to the first. No real sort of differences. So yeah, it's all very, very similar. I'm not going to show you all of it because you've seen it all already. So what I've started to do with that one is to build a second cover, which I was doing earlier this afternoon. This is how it is at the moment. I don't know whether you can pick it up on your screen, but you can see here what I've done is this. I'll flip it over. This is actually from index files, Lever index files, Lever Arts index files, and I had a whole load of them with all my university notes in from 5-6 years ago, and I decided to get rid of them because I don't really need them anymore and I don't have a very big study. So I got rid of them, and then I was looking at these things and realised that they're virtually identical to book boards. So I cut the Lever Arts part, the metal part, out of it, and then kept the actual book boards themselves. And what I've got as a result is loads of these things, like this, just like that. And because I was worried that this horrible pink would show through on the with the material, I decided to cover it with gesso, as you do. However, I think the gesso has reacted quite badly to the 3-in-1, and it's produced this sort of weird neon-y colour here. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here with this now. I really like the ridges there. This is the first time I've tried doing this, so I may try and rescue it. I haven't got any more of this fabric sadly, so that's it. So what I might try and do is try and rescue it by putting gesso over the top, kind of, putting it on and taking it off so it becomes more sort of there than not there, if you like, but enough to be able to cover up this sort of neon colour. But it may be beyond repair and I might just have to touch it, we'll see. But at least I can use it as a learning opportunity to make sure that I do these little things correctly. I'm actually quite pleased with how that's come out as a book. It will look quite nice when it's finished, I think. You see there, and it's got an actual curve to it as well, whether you can see that there. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with my learning curve on that one, so we'll see. But as well as that, I've also been busy doing a whole bunch of other things. I have my little box here, which is an old sort of writing box, and it is absolutely filled to the brim, as you can see, with things to go in the journals. So I have a whole bunch of stuff here. That's enough. I'm not going to explain that. Explain that instead. That's better. Let's see if I can show you there. You can see like that. I don't know. This one might be a bit better. Might show up better on the colour wise. Yeah. That's just plain brown paper with some doilies half cut out and another one there, so that it can go on the side of a book. So if I pull out a signature, the idea is that it will go in there, and then you've got somewhere that you can tuck stuff into when it actually goes into the book anyway. So that's what that's for. I've got a whole different range of styles there. So there's different kinds of paper there. I hope you can see that. So there's proper brown sort of paper, tea dyed paper, cream paper, and this one I dyed blue. As you can see, the blue much better there. That's the offcut from it, so I might use that somehow. I think that that looks rather pretty, so I might just do that way. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, as well as that, I've also got some ordinary envelopes. This actually absolutely did my head in, because I was trying to work out how to do this. I have a template for doing envelopes. This template, which is great, and it produces some really good size envelopes that just about the size of an A5 booklet. So they're really good for doing envelopes, just to insert right in the very middle of a signature. But if you want something a bit smaller, then that doesn't really work, obviously, and I actually had to try to work out how to scale that down and to produce a smaller envelope. And I eventually a smaller envelope, because of the size of this paper, the book is only so wide, so that it came from. So because the envelope itself is kind of square originally, I had to scale it right down in order to be able to use this paper. But I managed it, so I'm really proud of myself for that. It did my head in. Anyway, got some more of these things ready to go in into a journal. So I've not got any stenciling across the top yet, but I'll do that in time. Got some little sort of journaling cards there, flip out things. There's loads of those. Two different styles. There's that one and that one. It's all still in the shade of blue, of course. So yeah. Some little tags here. I've just got paper on, so that you can write inside them. Not a huge amount of paper, but a little bit. So there's a number of different designs there. There's that one, that one, that one, and then that. These little pictures here came from Tracy Fox, by the way, one of her digikits. So again, I'll put a link to her shop in the description box below. This is some tags. I can't actually remember where I got the idea from. I think it might have been Attic Lane. The idea is that each one of these is a pocket. So it might be a bit big. No, it does work actually. You can see that you can put things inside there and in there and also in there. So you've got a big tag with 3 little pockets on. It's got space in the back for something to go in the top there, which I will do in time when I get to it. But there's 4 of those, so I can put them, sprinkle them throughout the journals and put tags and things inside them. You think you've all seen these before, which I put on my Instagram. Quite pleased with how they turned out. And also these ones, again, I'm quite pleased with how they turned out. And I've got some stenciling on the back. Again, there's nothing new there. It's just all the stuff that I'm building up for my my journals, the exhibition journal. Some little pockets here made out of wallpaper. As you can see there. Particularly like that one with the blue butterflies, lovely. And you can see you can put things inside there. So that one. Got some more little tags here that I made quite some time ago. These are the same as the map envelopes. I think I might have talked about in a previous video. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. That was I came from the record office where I do a lot of work. They cut a lot of maps down to create tags like these and videos, and I've just put some napkin paper on top. And no matter how much you can see of the maps, there's like there, the line there. So these were just my early attempts. I've covered a lot more of these now. And just some commercial tags. Some more of these. Again, I talked about these in my previous video with a little window in the back. Here's some words and quotes and things ready to go in. And there's another one of those pockets made out of wallpaper ready to go in. These are from books, as you can see. They're just great big tags made with stencils on the back, and they are ready to go in, so people can write on the back of them whatever they want to do. This is something that I picked up from the Mushroom Market. I think her name's Sarah, and very talented lady, and she was doing some very simple embroidery. So I decided to do that with a little bit of beadwork. As you can see, I've got beads inside the middle there. So I'm actually really pleased with how these have come out. I've got more to do. So there's 3 there, and I've got more to do. I sit in front of the television at night and do them. Those I can do those during the week. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how these have turned out. So I will definitely be doing more of them. And that's it pretty much for the inside of my my little supply box for going into the exhibition journal. However, there is more people. What I have been working on in the last couple of days, I should just shift this out of the way. What I worked on yesterday is a video by somebody called, I think her name's Deborah, Thematic Lane, and she produced a, she called it the easiest journaling booklet you'll ever do. And she started to do the process for making it. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, because I'm just going to send you to her tutorial, because she does it far better than I ever could. But this was basically, will go in the inside of the journal, on the inside cover. So if I get the journal out, it might be easier if I just show you. The idea is that it goes like this. Obviously there'll be a proper piece of paper behind that. I'll bring it down a bit so you can see. Proper piece of paper behind that. I might make this part here into a pocket, so there'll be something behind there. We will see. I might make that into a pocket behind there, we'll see, I'm not sure yet. But what will happen is that there will be a piece in here which I have made, and which you can see there. I'll bring it up a bit so you can see. Yeah, that gets made out of a piece of card and washi tape with some clear accents on top to give it a kind of protective button-like thing. And so you can see it's just one of those split things, and it will go into that little hole there. I'll put it in for now, and then there will be a cord to go between them. I haven't quite finished that yet. But eventually what will happen is it will come open, there will be This is not sealed in yet, as you can see, but eventually there will be a journaling card or something inside there. There will be a pocket here which will have another journaling card inside there, and here in the flip down part, so the part that comes down, there will be another journaling card, and then here will be this, and this is what did my head in yesterday trying to work out how to do this. It's another little pocket, and it's got a magnet inside it, so it closes shut quite nicely, so that will be stuck down. I'm debating with myself again whether to turn the back of it into a pocket, but I don't think I will. I think that might just make it a bit too bulky. It's already quite bulky as it is. It's just it's got quite a lot of bulk to it, and I'm kind of concerned about how much paper I've got going into this thing already. So that's that. I've actually got two of these, one for this one and one for the other one, the rather neon-y one, which I'm going to have to try and rescue, which will go in there in due course. So that's what I've been up to in the last few days. It's been busy, and I'm still not finished, but I'm starting to lose the light in here because the sun is going round to the other side of the house. So I thought I'd better get this video finished and filmed and uploaded before it gets to be too late again, and then it's going to be another week before you get to see any of this stuff. So that's it. I'm not sure what the next video will be about. If you want to see anything in particular, please do feel free to tell me. If there was anything that you would like me to show you how to make, and that I haven't already seen somebody else doing it far better than I can, then I'm happy to give it a shot. But apart from that, I'll see what I can come up with for next time, unless there's anything you particularly want me to do. Bye for now, and I hope you all have a great week ahead of you. Bye!